why. Back from my break from streaming, and I'm going to check out an interactive fiction horror game called This Book is a Dungeon. Not totally sure what to expect, but, we'll discover together exactly what it's all about. New 2 on the Vine should be going up tomorrow night. The song I was just playing was This Place is a Prison by the Postal Service. Excellent song by a band with a one-off album. Can you see that okay? This Book is a Dungeon. This Dungeon is a Book by Nathan Munier. Start from the beginning, or if you want to skip sections, not recommended, which we're not going to do. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. It might be great. It might be boring. Who knows? We're going to discover it together. This is the dude who made it. Let's start from the beginning. Tick, 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 tick. You remember a time when you used to steal aching glances at the clock, praying for the strike of the merciful hour that had finally set you free. Temporarily released from the shackles of the tiresome workday, you'd eagerly rush home, shed your work clothes like a burdensome second skin, and flit off into the night to join friends for merriment and mischief. Those days are gone. The shift came on slowly at first. Sharp pains, dizziness, restlessness, insomnia. But as even more unsettling changes tightened their grip within you, it became clear something was very wrong. Poked, prodded, examined, analyzed, a battery of tests, a gauntlet of medical pummeling and anxious uncertainty, and then the waiting. When the call finally came, you already knew the answer before the words rolled off the lips, rasping away on the other end of the line. Also, I forgot the tweet from Vinesauce. Let me just do that real quick. This book is a dungeon. Okay, I'm good. Lost in an echo chamber, you mind parsed only snippets of the doctor's news. The ones that stung the most. It's terminal. A year left to live. Maybe 2 at best. I'm so sorry. And then you're alone. Now time is your enemy, siphoning away the last of you with every passing moment, draining the light, the color from your world, leaving an emptying shell of aching hopelessness and dark anticipation in its wake. The clacking of keyboards, ringing of phones, and casual banter of clueless coworkers is a steady ache. It rakes at the frayed corners, pulls at the tattered edges of your weary mind. But the appointed hour has arrived. It dampens the din, if only for a short while. Tomorrow is another day, for them at least. For you, possibly. You linger for just a minute longer, letting the eager parade filter through the exit. The last to leave, you close up, lock the door, and pull your overcoat tight around you. A spitting mist turns to a downpour well before you reach the dry sanctuary of the putrid subway entrance. The stairs are a descent into unpleasant smells and hustled near misses, as bustling crowds crush together to get to and from their mundane 9-to-5s. For a moment you miss that simplicity of routine, the promise of continuance. Standing at the edge of the platform, you look down at the electrified tracks. Wind picks up in the tunnel, signaling the rapidly approaching train. Your mind wanders. You imagine what it'd be like to be caught in the tracks right as the train comes barreling through at 60 miles per hour. Death is a beacon, drawing you ever closer. It swirls and dances on the sparking steel girders below. It teases and taunts, only inches away. Come to me, whispers the siren call. It's not yet time. Take a few steps back from the yellow line. 20 minutes feel like an eternity in the packed subway car. Damp, sweaty, exhaustion and regret mixed with promise and delusion. A wagon full of cattle, oblivious, tuned out, numb. Stop by stop, the opening and closing of the door thins the herd. It's a welcome culling, a shifting of space, a loosening of knots. Soon, you're the last, and you can breathe easy again. But you still scan the car with a quick glance out of habit. One last time to make sure you're truly alone. Except you're not quite alone. There's a small leather satchel sitting on an empty seat in the far corner of the car. You glance around again, not trusting your weary eyes. There's still not a living soul save your own. The handrail is sticky with grime from the clutch of 1,000 dirty fingers, filthy. You wince at its touch, but it offers stability as you work your way to the other end of the car towards the orphan's satchel. Where did its owners go? The bag is weathered and worn. Some tired soul will no doubt be missing its contents, you gather. A high-pitched whine pierces the air as the car rocks and rattles. The lights flicker. 32nd Street. It's your stop. Time to go. Do you take the bag, or do you leave it there? How do you guys want me to do this, by the way? I mean, I could straw poll it. I wish that Twitch chat had polls just built in. That'd be convenient. Should we take the bag? It's your call. I'm just gonna eye majority chat. If it ends up being tough, I'll do a straw poll. Take the bag. Take prob. Take the bag. Take it. Take the bag. Straw polls. This one I think is a clear majority though. Let's take this bag. Oh, there's a straw poll Twitch add-on. Sweet. I'll have to check that out. You instinctively reach out and swipe the bag, figuring it's better off in your hands than left to wander the dark tunnels inside giant metal beast alone. Thick, stale underground air turns cool and damp as you emerge from the city's high-speed intestines and hit the noisy streets above. 340 steps later, you're at the door of your second-story apartment, fumbling the keys, muttering under your breath. The lock finally gives way. Peeling off your soaked coat, you drop everything on the table, kick off your shoes, and check your answering machine. You have no new messages. No surprises there. Ignoring the pile of unwashed dishes and the empty fridge, you sidle back to the table and remember the bag. Inside the bag, you find an old book. The book is aged and weathered. Its cover is adorned with an ominous skeletal being that looks half human, half serpent, and the title is written in a language you don't have the tongue to decipher. Open the book. Unlocking the old book, you open the cover and flip through the dusty pages. The book appears to be blank. How odd. Let's do a straw poll for this. I'll just make them rapid fire as we go along. How about that? 1, 2, 3. There's a straw poll. Post it in chat. Looks like one is gonna win. So yeah, I'll just make straw polls as we go along. How about that? And we'll see how that works out. Okay, one wins. The frail pages seem brittle to the touch, as if they're in danger of crumbling into nothingness, yet your fingers resonate with an unknown energy. Let's see, random was the second place winner. You flip to a random page and find nothing. Are your eyes playing tricks on you, or did you see the faint glimmer of words fading from view just now? I guess I'll just keep going. Flipping through the pages, a faint flicker of ink catches your eye. You flip back several pages to try to find it. After much searching, you uncover a page that sports a faint drawing of a keyhole sketched in pencil. You instinctively reach out and a finger and trace it over the drawing. A sudden sharp pain, a paper cut, spurs you to pull your hand away quickly. Looking down, you notice the keyhole sketch has changed into a fanged serpent. Spots of your blood dot the page. The room swims. You feel faint and disoriented. Your vision goes blank as you hit the floor. A sharp impact slams your temple, jolting your Okay. It sends a raw white heat burning through your consciousness. Then, empty space. You fall through the black void, erasing the past, erasing the future. Only the present. What is happening? Where am I? Who am I? What is this darkness eating away inside me? And then a light. You awaken in a small chamber, illuminated by the light of a single flickering torch resting in a sconce at the far wall. The sharp throb pulsing behind your eyes fades quickly, but an unpleasant chill is creeping in. You notice words scratched into the stone floor. At this distance, the torchlight is too dim to make out what they say. You grab the torch from the wall sconce and take comfort in the subtle warmth it breathes across your face. You can now get a better look at your surroundings. Holding the torch close to the floor, you can clearly see the inscription carved there. It reads, Chapter 1, Why the Walls Bleed. A heavy wooden door to the south appears to be the only way in or out of this pit. The door creaks and shudders open as you strain against its weight. You find yourself in a larger stone room that's cavernous and empty. The echoing sound of water droplets comes from a passage to the west. You catch a whiff of something familiar, something out of place. Is that? You also notice another passageway to the east, as well as the door you just came through. Let's make a new one. Decide where we go first. So we have west, ... east, and the door. Yeah, I don't know if there is going to be sound in this eventually. So make a pick. Looks like the ellipses or west are going to win. I'll give it 10 more seconds or so for the Twitch delay to catch up. Looks like west barely wins it out. Yeah, I don't know. There might not be any music, and if there's not, maybe I'll find some spoopy tunes to put on. The narrow corridor opens into a dead-end room that reeks of overripened fruit. You're blasted with the sweet, pungent odor, which nearly overpowers you. Looking around, you notice a viscous, reddish substance draining out of several large round holes in the walls. This mysterious fluid drips down in a slow, syrupy cascade, collecting in stone basins carved along the base of the wall. The only exit is through the passage you came in, to the east. East would just be going back to where I came from, so I guess we're just gonna do this. The sweet odor is emanating from the odd liquid. You decide to leave it alone for now. Exit through the passageway to the east. The smell of rotten fruit wafts in from the western passage. There's also a passage to the east and an open door to the north. I actually can't do the ellipses this time. It disappeared. Alright. I'll put on some ambient music. Give me a sec. Okay, let me know how that goes. Yeah, why did it smell sweet? That's really strange. Alright, the next vote was the door. You return to the chamber where you first began. As it turns out, you don't miss it. Oh. Then I guess that means we'll head east. Pushing further into the unknown depths, your eyes play tricks in the torchlight. That's a little loud now. Let me know if that's too loud. What lurks in the darkness ahead skittering away just beyond the glow of your torch. As you round the corner, you notice a small alcove in the passageway here. The corridor continues to the east. The northern passage leads around the corner back to the west. So let's see. So east or alcove. Because west just goes back west. Yeah, I don't know if it keeps going with this density, I might not do straw poll in every single one. Probably only more in the bigger choices. Alcove is going to win. There's a large crack in the wall of the alcove. It's not big enough for you to squeeze through. Who knows what could be in there? Reach into the hole? Sure. You reach into the crack and find a crude mechanical switch. We will activate the switch. You reach to the crack and find a crude mechanical switch. You hear the rumble of grinding stone further ahead from the corridor to the east. Pushing further into the unknown depths, your eyes play tricks in the torchlight. What lurks in the darkness ahead, skittering away just beyond the glow of your torch. As you round the corner, yeah, we've seen this. At the end of the passageway, a section of wall is shifted to reveal a hidden alcove. As you approach, torch held high, you see a monstrous form emerge from the darkness. Lumbering towards you, it attacks. Do we fight to survive, or flee for our life? This music, I just literally typed into YouTube ambient scary music. This was the first thing I clicked. It's called Atrium Carceri. Alright. It looks like we're gonna be fleeing. Yeah, we're fleeing. Rattled by the shambling horror, you drop the torch and flee into the black void. Fumbling blindly down the corridor, you bolt deeper into the darkness. You're not alone. Run! The quickening beat of your pulse is pounding in your ears as you feel your way through the pitch black. You cannot give up. You can make it. Run. Only a little further. Run. It is still there in the darkness? You gasp for air. Pain shoots up your sides. You're slowing down. The ache in your muscles intensifies. You can't keep this up. Your fingers are raw and bleeding from scraping your way along the stone walls. Your mind races. Your pace lags. Your will is failing. You collapse to the floor in exhaustion. The world is dark and silent except for your pounding heart. Thump thump. 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 Just when your pulse begins to slow and your breathing eases, a new sound catches your ear. It's very faint at first. The sound of insects scurrying along the floor. The sound of saliva dripping from an open mouth, panting with hunger. You hold your breath and struggle to lie still as the panting moves closer. Then it stops. Okay. Okay. A sharp sting pierces your leg as a tentacled appendage entwines you and draws you into the beast's slathering fanged maw. You scream as it sinks its teeth into your torso, ripping chunks of skin and organs away and down into its gullet. The last thing you hear is the smacking and gnawing of the horror feasting on your entrails. You've perished in one of many horrible ways. Try again and seek to change your fate. The end. Restart. Okay. I guess we'll go through this again. Yeah, that sucked. I guess we should have kept our torch, right, guys? Wooden door. Let's do the dots this time, shall we? Citrus? Oh, okay, so that was just the smell. So there's the reddish substance. Went to the open door, nothing there. East. Alcove. Hit the switch. Grinding from the corridor to the east, and that's probably what let the monster go or something. We'll continue east. Let's try to fight. Okay. RPG mode all of a sudden. You encounter a Stone Lord attack. You damage the Stone Lord, Stone Lord is injured and prepares to strike. Stone Lord damages you. Luckily, your injuries are superficial. The battle continues. Okay. Not sure if I'm feeling this battle system. Not exactly a lot of options here. I think I'm gonna kill it though. Oh, we dodged. You've critically damaged the Stone Lord. You've slain the Stone Lord. Victory. You survive the encounter. You absorb the blood of your fallen adversary and feel invigorated. Weird. I guess we'll go north. A pile of bones and skulls lay scattered across a large stone slab in the center of this chamber. Along the far wall, a series of sharp hooks dangle from the ceiling by chains. It's clear that much suffering befall the poor souls who met their fate in this place. Smears of their dried blood, now darkened with time and decay, paint a macabre scene. A passageway extends to the west. The southern door opens into a long hallway. I'll straw pull this one. So let's see, we have pile of bones, sharp hooks, or we go west. Fill your blood meter. Okay, why? It's good for you. My name is Travis. I like beer. It's good for you. Macabre. Oh, I didn't put the question in. Sorry, I fucked up. Let's try again. There it is. Macabre. It's like French. Macabre. My man. Macabre. Pile of bones. The bones have been picked clean. You show markings of being gnawed on. You notice 2 human skulls amidst the remains. Searching through the remains, you disturb one of the human skulls, which rolls off the stone slab and clatters to the floor. Beneath it, you find a scrap of paper. The aged parchment is faded and covered in drops of long-dried blood. It reads, "This awful place. What have I done? What have I become? Please forgive me." Feeling compelled to sift through someone else's remains, you poke around the bone heap and find an old rusty knife. Alright, next with sharp hooks. You imagine what it might feel like to be being strung up with one of these rusty things hooked into your guts, waiting to be eaten alive. Then you banish the thought from your mind. And west. The floor is collapsed in the hallway ahead, which is flooded with stagnant, murky water. On the opposite side lies an ornate door. You peer into its depths and wonder what might lie in waiting just beneath the shimmering surface. Chunks of rubble are crumbling off the side of the wall by the edge of the walkway. Proceed to the other side, or rubble. One sec. So, rubble, or proceed? This might be one of those things where you just, look through the rubble and then proceed anyway. But it's hard to tell, like what's gonna be an actual branch or just a thing that you search and get an inventory item. It's hard to tell. And it looks like rubble's gonna win. You pick up a fist-sized chunk of rubble and hurl it into the water. Splashes, then sinks. The water's surface comes splashing to life as something makes quick work of the rubble. You quickly skirt around the edges of the watery corridor while the unknown beast is distracted. Nice, good job, guys. Beyond the ornate door, you enter a nicer room. The stone is more chiseled and refined. Red tapestries hang on the walls, and the decor is a comforting upgrade from the dank, crumbling corridors you just crawled out of. 4 tall display cases are positioned around the fancy chamber. You also see a stairway leading to a door in the north, a small closet door to the east, and a passage lies to the south. That's where we came from. Let's check the display cases. At a cursory glance, the towering display cases appear to be filled with greenish fluid. There's something else inside them, too. Display 1. Preserved within the green fluid is a desiccated corpse that looks like it might have once been human. It's missing both arms. The body's one remaining leg is tethered by a chain latched to the base of the display. The mouth has been crudely sewn shut, and a cluster of worm-like creatures are floating out from the gaps in the stitching. It's like goddamn, Oddworld. Display number 2. You find a wolf-like creature hanging upside down in the green fluid. Its poorly stitched stomach cavity is burst open inside the display, with ropes of long, stringy worms floating out from it alongside its entrails. Looking more closely at the gruesome display, you notice the creature's eye twitch and blink. Display number 3. 2 severed human torsos have been stitched together in a gory mirror image at the waist. Ropey clusters of worms are spilling out from the seam. Display number 4. This one is empty, drained of its fluid, and lacking a grisly companion within. Alright. Oh, man. I fucked up. I assume we won't be backtracking yet. Yeah, an empty space for me. That's what I'm thinking. That last one kind of really worried me. I was worried it was just gonna, like, suck me in or something. Looks like we're going in the closet. The door is locked. Okay then, I guess we're gonna go north. Can't I use my rusty knife? No. You walk up the small stairs, open the door, and enter a sitting chamber. The clanking of chains draws you further into the room. Bound to a throne resting at the far wall of the chamber, you find a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bird. It looks off into the distance, unblinking. There's also a large door to the west, and the door you entered into the south. As you step closer, the creature speaks with a slow, raspy cadence. I feel a presence. What is it? What is it? Oh, what could it want with me? Little me shackled away in these filthy metal irons. Filthy little irons to hold my flesh and bone. It is a strange thing indeed. So very strange and fleshy it is. It reeks of otherworld, doesn't it? Little me wonders why it stands there, poised with some unknown purpose. The thump-thump-dump of its heart beats air faster now, doesn't it? Like the tap-tap-tap of ticking time. What manner of fluid flows beneath its skin, wonders little me. Oh, its breath is tinged with wicked curiosity. What could it want with little me, then? Does it seek to put the sharpness to my flesh and spill my essence to the floor? Does it take my shiny? Does it feed me the delicious sweet nectar I crave? I miss it so dearly. Or perhaps it has something else in mind for little me. Oh man, I got lightheaded doing that voice. Alright, there's your straw pull. Looks like sweet nectar. It's gonna win. If we have it.
Treacherous! It teases little me with its lies. Poor little me with no sweet nectar to drink. It returns when it has something sweet to me.
The bird creature continues to mutter to itself. Now here's the question. Do we try the other options, or do we continue looking for the sweet nectar? I'm guessing we should commit to the nectar, which means we should move on. Excuse me. As far as I know, I cannot save. I haven't seen any save option, at least. So I guess we'll just move on, and maybe we'll find some nectar. Isn't the nectar down here? But I have nothing to store it in, really. So. The heavy door is decorated with scratch marks and dry blood stains. It's locked. Oh, that's also locked. I guess I could go south and see if I can pick up that nectar. Nothing else in the alcove. Okay. Oh, wrong way. I keep doing that. I confuse west and east so much. I don't know why. Yeah, I need something to store it, I guess. That really doesn't give us a lot of options. The closet was locked, if I remember correctly. Okay. Yeah, it's locked. So, I guess we're gonna go with option 2. Okay, the second option was actually tied between shiny and something else. I don't want to take anything from it yet, so I'm going to say something else for now.
What else could it possibly want with little old me?
Free the bird creature. Or nothing, leave to the south. We could free him and bring him to the nectar. Let's free him. You reach out to test the strength of its chains, and the creature gets anxious.
It wishes to set me free? Oh, yes! Oh, that is very good.
I guess we'll break it with our rusty knife. Knife isn't sharp or strong enough to break the chain. You need something else. Search around something big enough to smash it. Nothing yet. Oh, sweet. The search around for something big enough to smash chains with. Behind the throne, you find a dislodged piece of stone that might be big enough. You reach out. Yeah. Large rock. You heft the large stone and smash the chain until it finally snaps. A sudden flurry of excitement washes over the creature.
It frees little me! What a delight!
Then it looks up at you and cocks its head at an odd angle, rising up to its full height. Even hunched over, the creature is much taller than it first seemed. It looks down at its hands as it flexes each talon finger.
It will make such a pretty addition.
Before you can react, the teacher is upon you with a lightning speed, hungrily tearing its beak into your flesh. Well, fuck. Should not have let it go free. I want to see what... Oh no, that's not what I want. Can I just restart? There you go, you can still see that, right? No, you can't still see that. Son of a bitch. Okay. Alright, I guess we gotta do this again. Yeah, I really wish the game would just let you save. Like, why not? I understand some games really suffer from having a save, but this one I think would really only benefit from it. This time we'll try to stab the bird with the knife. Alright. East. What happens if we go east without doing the switch? Huh. I guess I didn't have to fight that thing. Nothing. I could... Well, no, I wasn't able to run away from the bird. He killed me before. Like, as soon as I freed him, I was dead. I had no choice to run away. Rubble. Splash of sinks. Alright, here's the bird. Okay. This time we'll go with shiny. Shiny.
It does! It come for my shiny!
You tug the necklace free from the bird creature's neck.
Now it searches for my sweetness.
The creature mutters. Demand a sacrifice. You want me to kill it? Alright, everyone wants me to kill a bird.
I hear the resonance of cold metal in its grip, so very sharp. It does indeed approach with a murderous intent.
I'm gonna lose my voice doing this fucking bird voice.
Where then does its black art crave to cut first? Does it put the blade to my throat and slice the life from little me? Does it pierce my chest to puncture my own beating organ? Or does it wield the blade to trace a path below, revealing my entrails beneath? Little me awaits your transformative desire.
See, he doesn't even give a shit. So, throat, chest, or entrails. Yeah, I think he kind of likes this. He's feeling it. He's really feeling it. Right now, entrails is winning. Chest is catching up. I'm gonna give it 10 more seconds or so. Alright, we're doing entrails. You jab the knife into the creature's abdomen and pull it across, spilling blood and entrails everywhere. After several moments, the body begins to dissolve, leaving a skeletal frame in its wake. As you turn to leave, you hear a clatter and are struck hard from behind. You fall to the floor, dropping your knife. You roll over quickly to find the animated skeletal form of the bird creature upon you, its bony hands wrapped around your throat. Holding you steady with one hand, it sinks a taloned finger into your eye socket. Between your own muffled screams, you hear sickening pop and feel it scraping around inside your skull. With your remaining eye, you see the bird creature place the eye it just plucked out from you into its own hollow socket. It then reaches down to acquire its mate. Your vision is wrenched from you as warm blood spills across your face. The anguish is intense. Your body begins to weaken from shock and blood loss. You feel yourself being dragged along the stone floor. Your consciousness fades. For a long time, the world is black, and the turbulence in your restless mind proves an unforgiving companion in the solitude of your pain. Then, an uncomfortable squirming sensation across your face jolts you back to the waking realm. The world remains black, and you struggle to breathe. You try to bring your hands to your face, but they're bound by thick chains. Something is slithering around inside your eye sockets, tickling your raw cheeks with its small, slippery tendrils. You try to scream, but your lips have been sewn shut. As you strain against your bonds and push in all directions, you slam repeatedly against a hard surface. It sounds like glass. You hear a grinding clank, the sound of metal on metal. A warm, putrid-smelling liquid begins raining down on you from above. The squirming sensation in your eye sockets intensifies as the fluid pours over you. You try not to retch. The liquid is rising as it accumulates around your ankles. Before long, it reaches your knees. You can barely breathe as it creeps up your chest, continuing to pour down from above. Within moments, your chin is dripping into the vile liquid. You lash out with every ounce of your remaining strength and push your head up and back to gasp whatever air you can. The fluid doesn't stop. It seeps into your nostrils, filling your lungs with a burning, choking misery. You've perished in one of many horrible ways. Try again. Fuck. Getting pretty sick of starting from the beginning. Like, at least give me checkpoints, you know? Like, even if there's no save system, give me a fucking checkpoint. Come on. I'm guessing when I hit chapter 2, that'll be a checkpoint. But even still. I'm just gonna go straight to the burb. Yeah, that was really good. I wish all the deaths were that descriptive. Yeah, just take the damn key and go. I guess that's true. I can skip a lot of this stuff. No, we just call it burbs to be funny. I haven't tried doing that without doing the rubble. I assume it would kill me. Creature. Okay, we're gonna take its key. Shiny. Closet key. Alright, we'll go back to the closet. You unlock the door and creep into the large closet, which appears to be home to many strange vials and instruments of some dark alchemy. You rummage around the detritus and find a small wooden bowl. Alright, well, we know what to do with this. Go west. They'll burb the fuck off. So yeah, seriously, no joke. There we go. The sticky, sweet-smelling substance you've gathered rolls around in the bowl. What is this stuff? Your stomach growls. It feels like ages since you had anything to eat or drink. This will probably kill me, but I kind of want to do it. Put the bowl to your lips and take a sip of the unknown liquid. It tastes like syrupy sweet heaven, but after a few seconds, the tingle of titillated taste buds on your tongue turns to pure molten fire. That was a very big alliteration, or a very big alliterative opportunity that was half squandered, I think. Your lips, mouth, throat, and stomach feel as if you've been fed a steady diet of nails and turpentine. You spend the next few moments writhing on the floor, choking in pain and gasping for air. Then it soon fades, and you can function again. You immediately crave more of this delicious but agony-inducing mystery substance. Take another sip. Another. Another. A single taste isn't enough. You brace yourself for what's to come, yet your mouth waters in anticipation. What am I doing? Why can't I stop? You succumb to the overpowering desire and bring the bowl to your lips once more. Again, your body erupts with molten fire from within, delivering equal parts excruciating pain and blissful ecstasy. When the burning subsides, you begin salivating for another draught of the precious fluid. Hand shaking, you cannot stop yourself from tipping the bowl back and gulping down the last drops of the crimson ooze. Giving in fully to the thrall, you let it wash over you. Your body collapses and engages in a sinister dance along the floor. It shimmies, snakes, and lurches. Blood pools in your ears, nose, and mouth, but your contentment is so great that you care little as your eyes roll back into your skull. As your organs and flesh begin to dissolve, you drift off to oblivion. Oh shit, I just started from the beginning, didn't I? Well, motherfucker. I wish there was a quick restart button, too. Okay. Yeah, I totally think this game would be fine if it even just gave you a flat out undo option. Like, you just undo as many steps as you please. Shit, it's like a goddamn choose your own adventure book, right? And we would always do that. You would always hold your finger in the previous page. Did anyone actually do those books without cheating? I mean, come on. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. West. Yeah, I have a feeling that would just kill me. Alright, Burb. You're gonna give me that key, I'm gonna get that goo for you. You're gonna be so happy. So happy. Dude, yeah, every time you made any choice in a Choose Your Own Adventure book, you kept your finger on the previous page. Don't even lie. Like, I don't think there's a single person who's ever done those legit. Like, if you died in one of those, would you really start from the very beginning? I don't think so. Take the shiny. It's not cheating if it's a book, it's a cheating to fast forward a movie. Yes. It's funny how something 100% linear is more cheatable than a non-linear adventure book. Because it would be exactly like this. You'd just read and make the same choices up until the point where you actually can change what you did. So if you didn't cheat, then I feel very bad for you. East, east, north, west, southeast, west, right door, here, bird creature.
I smell that it has brought me something nice. Will it give me a taste of the sweetness to little me? Oh, yes, the sweetness.
You bring the bowl of sticky red fluid to its beak. The creature takes a sip. A moment of pure ecstasy washes over its face. Then it writhes and convulses with a sickening gurgle as it strains against its chains. After a moment of this, the convulsions subside.
It gives little me another sweet taste, please.
The creature grasps breathlessly.
Oh, yes.
Again, the creature hungrily swallows another gulp with a newfound desperation. This is followed by another bout of writhing, more violent than before.
More. Give me a little more.
You pour the final draughts down its beak. The bird creature writhes in agony one last time. It twitches, jerks its head to the side, then stops moving. After a moment of stillness, the creature's skin... Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I think it's actually dead. You look closer at the bleached bones of the bird's creature's skeletal remains and notice a strange object in the pile. It's another key, larger than the first. Grab the larger key. The bird creature's corpse rests on the throne peacefully. Nice. Did it. The heavy door is decorated with scratch marks and dry blood stains. It's locked. You place the key in the lock. It fits. You unlock the door and the key immediately crumbles away to dust in your hands. You step through the doorway and enter into a sprawling cavern. The door slams shut behind you and disappears. The floor drops off in a sharp cliff up ahead, though you can't see what lies beyond. A dim reddish glow illuminates the cavern walls beyond the precipice. You also hear a roiling gurgle and bubbling sound echoing from the path ahead. As you creep closer to the edge, a thunderous howl reverberates through the cavern. You look down at the sickening mass writhing below. The cave floor and the ground below is almost entirely covered in a mixture of slime and thick, ropey strands of muscus. A giant worm-like beast is perched on the far side of the cavern, belching blasts of a sweet-smelling red substance from a putrid orifice. The vile liquid flows outward from its pulsating frame and pools to the opposite end of the cavern. You watch it slowly drain into a hole in the wall, traveling to the deeper reaches of the underground realm. The massive creature undulates and writhes every few seconds, releasing more of the noxious fluid. Another howl from the beast echoes through the cavern. It's partially blocking the path ahead. Alright, don't kill us, guys. Straw pulls up. Upper cavern. You guys ain't fucking with that worm. Your eyes scan the nooks and crannies of the upper cavern. The beast howls again, shaking the cavern walls. It knocks loose a few fist-sized stones along the wall. You also notice a narrow ledge you didn't see before. It appears to creep around the side of the cavern, but you can't see where it leads. Stones. Picking up a stone, you consider your options. Hurl the stone, try to sink across the narrow ledge, climb down. I assume we're going to hurl the stone, right? Yeah. Hefting the sizable stone, you wind up and fling it down toward the hulking worm beast. Narrowly misses, clattering to the wall next to the creature. The rock attracted its attention. You launch another heavy rock into the air. This time it strikes the beast directly, spurring the creature to howl and twitch in fury. In its anger, the beast slithers its mighty girth a few steps closer to the ooze pit, leaving a narrow path between its mucus-slathered frame and the far wall. So, do you change your mind here? Make a choice. Looks like we're still gonna play it safe. Narrow ledge. Alright, if you insist. The ledge is barely wide enough to get a footing on, but you manage to creep out into the upper cavern as you grip the wall tightly. Inch by inch, you move your way across the gap. When you finally risk a glance at the ground far below, you realize that you're right above the worm beast, which is when the fragile ledge crumbles beneath your feet, sending you flailing downwards towards the grotesque creature and right into its gaping maw. You're thrust into dank, putrescent darkness as the slippery membrane of the beast's stomach intimately caresses your flesh. As your air runs out and digestive juices begin burning your skin and eyes, you remember the rusted knife tucked away in your belt. The blade handle hits your grasp. Pulling it with all your strength, you plunge the jagged blade into the creature's stomach wall. Ichor spills over you and the world tremors with violent force. You frantically stab again at the darkness, and the blade cuts deeper again, and again. Just as your strength begins to fail, you see a crack of light and push towards it, slicing with your last will to survive. Precious air, it comes in big gulps. Birthed in a membrane of blood and slime, you emerge from the worm's innards very much alive. The giant worm, however, is lying still in a growing pool of its own fluids. Foul. You wipe off as much as you can and make haste to the stairwell beyond. As you descend, the rough-hewn cave passage begins what? I couldn't even read that. That draw you deeper into the well-lit chamber ahead. Torches illuminate the entire length of this decadently adorned hall. A series of gallery paintings are hung along the north wall, while a towering statue stands watch over the far eastern wall. I assume we're going to look at the paintings first, but I guess I'll give you the choice. Yeah, I guess I lost my inventory. I think that was a checkpoint. I must have lost the knife. Maybe the juices digested it or something. Paintings. A trio of paintings rest on the wall, each depicting a scene. Small silver plaque below the painting reads, "The Silent Library." Darkness of night. 4 walls. Let's touch this one first. You brush your finger against the canvas, and a fogginess creeps into your field of view, stifling your vision. Super Mario 64, the horror game. Your vision fades to white as vertigo strikes you. You find yourself moments later in empty space. You awaken in a cramped, sterile room. The walls are bleached unnaturally white, and they glow faintly, illuminated by some unknown force. It's impossible to stretch out. There's only room to turn around in this place. Within moments, the stagnant air becomes more dense. It's harder to breathe. The walls are pushing in. There's nowhere to go. The white space is pressing in all around you. Make it stop, please. Breathe. No breath. Move. Only stasis. It's a weird thing to say. Emptiness outside. And emptiness within. Just 4 walls. 4 walls. 4 walls. 4 walls. 3 walls. 2 walls. 1 wall. These walls. Screaming as loud as your lungs can muster, you pummel the walls until your hands are blistered and raw. As you slump against the wall, exhausted, your blood drips from your hands to the floor. It pools by your feet, seeping into previously invisible cracks in the bleached surface. This reveals an inscription. It reads, Chapter 4, The Canvas of the Mind. This game is called This Book is a Dungeon. The blood seeps away into the floor itself and vanishes. Looking up, something's different. Are your eyes playing tricks on you? It appears the room has grown slightly larger. 1 room, 4 walls. I'll let you make this choice. Yeah, I'm guessing these chapters are in any order type thing. I don't know, Dotai. The other painting sounded kind of stereotypical to me, and then this one just had 4 empty walls. I was like, huh, sounds interesting. I think it was the least boring one. Alright, looks like it's between east and south. I'll give it 10 more seconds. If you haven't voted, please vote. Post in chat one more time. Alright, looks like east wins. The east wall is firm, solid, and impenetrable. As you press closer, a musty smell of freshly disturbed soil greets your nose. It's coming from the wall itself. Holding your ear to its surface, you hear the faint sound of movement coming from beneath. Tiny pinpricks of sound clattering away, but the wall remains there, unmoving. Alright, next up would be west. The wall to the west feels slightly damp to the touch. Is that thunder you hear rumbling in the distance? Your bones begin to ache as you feel the approaching storm. Except you're pressed against a wall in a small white room. Just a wall, nothing more. What's the point? Even the point of making a straw poll if they don't actually know anything about them? Just for fun. Why not? South. The south wall feels curiously rough beneath your fingertips. It's pockmarked with tiny holes dotting its entire surface. They're almost invisible until you put your face close enough. Small puffs of air seep out from the pores every few seconds. Is the wall breathing? Couldn't be. It's just a wall. Alright, then north. The surface is smooth and cool to the touch. Pressing your ear to the wall, you hold your breath and listen carefully. Your pulse beats loud in the white silence. Though it seems there's nothing here, just a blank, unyielding wall. How long have you been in this place? Hours? Days? Scouring the same 4 walls over and over again. What? Is it different now? Oh, yeah. It's devoid of imperfection. Not a scratch, blemish, nook, cranny, or marking to be found anywhere. It taunts you. So beautiful. So hateful. But just a wall nonetheless. Salty mist wafts over your face. It's almost refreshing. You lick the brine from your parched lips, and the room begins swaying and rocking. Tossing and turning on the turbulent sea, you grasp at the air to steady yourself. Vertigo overtakes you as the waves come crashing over your head. When your eyes open again, you're left clutching the wall. Now you can almost hear the hiss 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 of air teasing you from the south wall. What slumbers within this porous obstacle? What does it think about you pressing so close to it? A silly thought, honestly. Walls can't think or breathe or slumber. If any of these matter, it's the one that's breathing, right? I would think. The minuscule clatter behind the firm surface tiptoes around in your head, leaving traces like faint footprints. You follow their path, leading you deep inside. Through the forest, through the valley, they lead you to an old house. The windows are clouded with dust, wood rotting from the passage of time. You reach out to knock on the ancient door, and instead find yourself tapping away at a blank, white wall. Has it been years? Instead, perhaps decades. Your flesh feels tighter, more brittle. There must be a way out of here. You reach out to the wall surface, blink, and the world changes around you. Your hand isn't touching the wall, but the ancient wooden door of the mysterious cabin. A cabin? Insects chirp away at the leafy undergrowth surrounding the cabin. It's almost nightfall as the cool air wafts through the trees. You pause to listen for a moment, and beneath the dim, tiny voices you hear another sound. It's a whisper, a rumble coming from the damp earth below. Squared outside, sharp inside, circle the center, you'll stay alive. Okay, that's gotta be fucking important. I'm gonna screenshot that and throw it up on another tab just so I have it for reference. Then the forest is gone, the door is gone, the earth is gone, the crickets are gone, just a wall remains. Squared outside, sharp inside, circle the center, you'll stay alive. As you place your face next to the porous wall again, the gentle hiss of air coming from within becomes a sudden formidable gust. Indeed, sprawled out on the floor seems a safer place to be than pressed up against the turbulent wind wall. This game is called, This Book is a Dungeon. The million tiny pores glow red and the air grows hot and oppressive. Amidst the howling gale comes a booming voice.
Liars! All liars! Don't listen to the fools! Such nonsense that's spewed. One sharp, then another makes 3. All good for cutting. An escape plan for ye.
But the wind is now gone. Just a wall remains. Touching the icy surface burns your fingertips with a lick of frostbite. As you listen, the tap, tap, tap of a chisel hammers away in the distance. Is it coming from the wall? Your keen ear melts through the white void, through snowy barriers, and into the frozen surface beyond. The tap, tap, tapping grows louder, sharper. You can almost feel its kiss on your eardrum. Tap, 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 tap. Round, then sharp, then boxed inside. Screenshot that too. I have a feeling we don't have, what we need to do here. Round and sharp, then boxed inside. That's the same thing. Forget this rhyme, you won't survive. Strange thing for a wall to say. But then again, it's just a wall. Nothing more, nothing less. This is eventually going to matter, I'm sure. As you touch the damp, hard surface, your mind dives into the wall, swimming in its emptiness. Searching the depths, the darkest reaches flung far from shores, you hear a voice. Flung far from shores? Darkest reaches flung... Okay. The ocean speaks to you like an old friend, a lighthouse offering direction to steer your ship home, clear from the treacherous rocks. Reverse the order of the northern border. Lest you... The voice fades off in the distance before you can hear the rest of its message. Wait! An opening appears on the west wall. You step into the room, you hear a whoosh sound behind you. You turn to find the passageway you came through has disappeared. You're trapped again. You're in another empty white room. However, there's something on the floor in the center. As you crouch down to investigate the object, you discover it's a small, thick-handled paintbrush. We'll examine it first. Its bristles are soft to the touch. They feel nice on your skin as you press the tip of the brush to your open palm. Your fingers trace a path over its handle, which appears to be made of some kind of bone. Etched into the handle of this artistic tool, you find strange runic symbols and primitive shapes. A circle, a large square, a small square, and a V. Familiar, yet alien. At the very bottom of the brush handle, your finger passes over an odd indent. It's a secret button. Not so secret anymore. If you press the tiny button, and a thin, sharp blade springs forth from a concealed hole in the base of the brush. You don't have any paint, but there is the blade. Desperation to escape this ivory prison takes hold of your mind. As the sting of the blade draws across your flesh, your blood flows freely. You dip the brush into your open wound. It's time to paint. Images of shapes and symbols race through your memory. What symbol will you begin painting? Okay. Squared outside, sharp inside, circle in the center, you'll stay alive. So circle's in the middle. Squares on the outside. But there's a large square and a small square. Round, then sharp, then boxed inside. Round, sharp, and then boxed inside. So it'd probably be large square, circle, sharp edge, small square. That would put sharp inside. I'm guessing the circle's in the center anyway. Reverse the order of the northern border. I have no clue what that means, so reverse the order of the northern border. Alright. The words from the earth below resonate inside you. The forest is calling. The soil whispers your name. With the brush steeped in your juices, you apply yourself to the wall in broad strokes, speaking the words. Squared outside, You dip the brush again, weakening slightly. Sharp inside. More vital ink. You're growing slightly pale. Circle in the center. You slump to the ground to admire your work, drained of essence and exhausted. As you pore over your art, the painting seeps slowly into the wall, fading away. Then the wall itself fades away. There is now a hallway in its place. A dozen steps into the hallway, the ground crumbles beneath you. You're falling, 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 deep into the earth, until your skin becomes soil, your bones become dust, your organs become minerals, and your mind fully casts off the confines of the flesh. God damn it. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Okay, here we go again. I'm just gonna click as fast as I can to get back to that point. Come on. Man, okay. I don't like this. I might, go back and do a different painting or something, but I hate that I have to click through every single time I want another crack at it. Let's see how long it takes to get back there. Okay. Oh my god, this is going to take so long. Yeah, I don't see any benefit from this this format. Like, why not just let you go back or undo? Like, how does this game benefit at all from making you do this again? I mean, I guess it lets you try different things, like in the previous chapter. But, meh. We're almost there. Round and sharp then box inside. I got that. This round was. I guess it depends on which way it opens up. I gotta do the appropriate poem. Reverse or the northern border. Okay, so to the west it's reverse of the north. To the east is that one that I did in the first place. Oh, but they're all liars, according to this guy. Wait, did I not screenshot this? So west. West was reverse of the northern border. Right? Was west reverse of north? Yeah, it had to have been. But are they all liars? I don't know. So south, so I should do reverse of the south, but the south was another makes 3, and I don't know how to reverse that. A liar would say they're all liars. Yeah. I could do sharp, 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 but that's not really reverse. Because it's a reverse of the northern border. The music, it might have just stopped. Or restart it. The point is they all contradict each other. So should I be doing reverse of north then? Or should I be doing the south? North wasn't sharp, 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 right, but then the south wall was saying they're all liars. So everyone was suggesting that I do the south one to do sharp, sharp, sharp. Alright, you guys want sharp, sharp, sharp? Because it reverse, because opposite of north. The fox, speak to words. One sharp. Then another makes 3. I'm still thinking, I know it said reverse the northern border, hunk of dunk, but then the south wall said everyone's liars. So instead of reversing the northern border, we're reversing the southern border. At least that was the logic of the chat. But it looks like it just killed us. Oh wait, maybe not, maybe not. It's a small plain box. There's a tiny latch on its front surface. Inside you find a scrap paper folded into quarters. You unfold the front, draw the paper close to your face, and squint to read the tiny message scrawled on it. It reads, "I'm a liar too. Fuck." Oh, and then I got spiked. And another. Then another makes 3. You slump into oblivion as your last drops are drained. See, it tricked us. Fucking tricked us. See, can't I just skip to the beginning of that... those trials? I just want to complete this one. I'm a liar too. Well, but it's weird to say 2 because that means they're all lying, including the bottom, but if the bottom's also lying, then the others can't be lying. But then that would make the word 2 not be correct. So it's kind of a weird paradox. Oh, I want to solve this one, cardboard. Because we're close. We're close to solving it. Also, give me 1 second. I'm going to turn on my ceiling fan because it's pretty warm in here. Okay. So I don't think any of them are lying. I think just the bottom one. I don't know. I'm going to trust the one that said to reverse the northern wall. Yeah. If they're all liars, would it be a combo not stated? But then that would just be a shit ton of trial and error, which I don't think is how it's designed. So the round then sharp then boxed inside is the north. The west would be reverse that. Box, then sharp, then round inside. So it'd be large, square, sharp, then circle. The north, I guess, is as is unless it's lying somehow. Then east is one sharp. Wait, no, sorry. East is squared outside, sharp inside, circle in the center. First, the northern border. Booming voice. West wall. Okay. We're gonna reverse the northern. Okay, so we're reversing the northern border. The northern border is round then sharp then boxed inside, so we're going to do the big square for box, then sharp, and then round inside. So large square, sharp circle. That's how I interpret that. Because if I do small, then I can't do inside. Although if it's truly reversed, do I start from the inside, like box inside, which would be small, then sharp, and then round? Should it be large square first or small square first? It's kind of vague, isn't it, if I'm going to reverse that? I'm reversing round, then sharp, then boxed inside. So I gotta start with the box, but the question is, do I also reverse whether it's on the outside or inside? Start with the small square. Okay, so we'll do box, then sharp. Okay, so you wanna, okay. Reverse the order of the northern border. Okay. Already did big square first? No, that was something different. That was square, outside, circle in the center. Oh, I guess you're right. I see. They are actually kind of the same order, but one of them's a small square, one that's a big square. I see what you mean. So small square. There's a resonance of truth to those words, perhaps, though you never caught the last piece of the message, so be it. With the brush steeped in your life force, you smear the wall with your vitality and consider the riddle. Reverse the order of the northern border. Oh yeah, you're right, you only ever do the first, so it doesn't matter. You're 100% right. Then sharp. Then round. You slump to the ground and admire your work, drained of essence and exhausted. As you pore over your art, the painting seeps slowly into the wall, fading away, and the sound of ocean fills your ears. Rocking slightly to and fro, you're caught up in the ebb and flow of the vast sea. A cool ocean breeze distracts from the emptiness around you, but the moment of peaceful calm is fleeting. The rising tide is almost over. An unsettling gurgling begins in your stomach, mixed with a strange sensation of building pressure. You struggle not to gag as a belch of liquid rises inside you. No matter how hard you try, you can't hold it back. You double over and vomit a tremendous volume of briny salt water. Choking, gasping for air, you barely have a moment's pause before the next wave flows forth from inside your weakened frame. The tide is unstoppable. It continues its determined march toward land. Before long, the room is nearly full. The rising water within and without flows freely now, leaving you no room for breath. Light fades from your eyes as you're drawn into the dark, watery depths below. Oh, fucking hell, are you shitting me? I'm goddamn done. That's some horse shit. There's only one left, too, I know, right? We did all of the wrong ones. Bullshit, man. We already did reverse, and that wasn't right because the other guy was also a liar. You think they all kill you? Then what else is there left to do? If they're all wrong, then what is there left to do? Fuck. So what have we done? We started with the large square, we did the little square, and we did the crosses. So all that's left is to do round, I guess. I just want to see the logic. I want to see the stupid logic it's going to use. Kind of pissed off. Womp. Goddamn. Chapter 4. Canvas of the mind. Well, I know you're supposed to die a lot, and I'm totally cool with that. I actually kind of like that, because I like reading the different descriptions. But I don't think it benefits from having you redo this shit over and over. I don't know. Yeah, the really interesting death descriptions definitely reminds me of like the game overs and choose your own adventure horror books from Goosebumps. But I don't see any reason not to give you like a quick undo thing. I mean, I guess it would make the game a lot quicker and easier. I mean, it really wouldn't even make it easier in a way. It would just save you a lot of time, right? Because what I'm doing now is still just reverting. It's just taking way more clicks to get there. Try tab or enter or right click back. No. Okay, round this time. I mean, the answer doesn't even matter at this point because we've done everything but one option, so that one option has to be the answer, right? 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 Okay. You recall the tapping rhythm of the north wall. It speaks to you with greater urgency than the others, striking a chord deep within. With the brush dripping with your own essence, you spread tiny flecks of yourself across the hard white canvas and recite the words. So rather than doing reverse the order of the northern border, we're just doing the order of the northern border, period. I guess that's the logic. We're not reversing it because he's a liar. As you pour over your art, the painting seeps slowly into the wall, fading away. Oh no! This better lead me out, or I'm gonna be pissed. Summoning your remaining strength, you drag yourself in the hallway itself to the white realm beyond. The corridor continues on a seemingly endless path deeper into nothingness. There's a chill in the air. Pushing further down the hallway, you notice the temperature has fallen dramatically. You can now see your own breath. You press onward, and soon the cold grows almost unbearable. Your choice, chat. I'm gonna do a straw poll. I would think you would have to push onward. If I die here, I'm gonna be done. Yeah, resting in the cold is death, like almost always. Alright, we're pushing forward. A snowflake brushes your cheek, then another, and another. Within seconds, you're covered in snow, caught in a blizzard, as you trudge step by step in deepening snow. Nope. The walls, hallway, and floor have disappeared. All bearings are lost. Your eyelashes are frozen, teeth chattering, numbness enveloping you like a blanket. One last push. You forces yourself to keep moving. Forward, anywhere. Another step. Two more. 3, 4. And then you notice a brilliant glow in the distance, cutting through the whiteout. You will yourself towards it. With every step closer, an inkling of warmth unfurls inside you. It's subtle at first, but it grows and grows and grows, until you find yourself grasping, clawing your way towards the light, pushing ever onward. Soon your feet are walking on soft grass. The dampness in your bones is replaced by the kiss of sunlight. A lone purple flower sits in the center of grass clearing, surrounded by the snowy valley. It looks so peaceful, so serene. You find yourself on your knees in front of the flower. Will you pick it, inhale its aroma, or give into your burning hatred for its mocking ways? Welp, don't kill us, please. Don't fuck up, chat. Please don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. Think about it before you vote. Open in new tabs, you can't. This is a game. This is an exe file. This isn't even... I mean, it is a Twine game. I guess it could be done in a browser, but in this case, it's not a browser. Inhale wins. Leaning in close, you take a deep breath and inhale the delicate flower's sweet, fragrant scents. A calm serenity washes over you as the spores fill your nostrils, taking root inside your olfactory passages, where they begin to rapidly grow, snaking tiny vine tendrils into your soft tissue, worming their way deeper into your skull and wrapping themselves around your brain matter. The pressure builds as your vision blurs and you begin to convulse. Your head explodes internally with a sickening pop as the internal fluids and matter seeps down to water the beautiful flower whose thirst is finally satiated. The world is darkness everywhere. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck this game. I like it a lot. I do, actually. That's the thing. I really do. It's just this is to me it's a pretty big flaw. That's kind of harsh in my buzz. Yeah. It's just memorization. If there was any kind of like skill behind it, I guess, then I could understand making you want to start at the beginning of the chapter every time. Like, but with this, it's just tedium. It's just memorization. There's no reason not to just let you back up, because you're gonna do that anyway, just through a much longer process. I could do another painting, but the thing is, here's the structure, I think, at this point in the game. You have chapters 2, 3, and 4 all laid out in the paintings. And each one is a scenario that you need to learn your way through, just like you learned chapter 1. Chapter 1 was there to teach you how the game flows. You kind of memorize things and learn what you need to do until eventually you brute force your way through. So I could start at another painting right now, but it would just, again, begin the process of memorization of what kills me and what doesn't. And I think I'm done with this, at least for tonight. Maybe I'll come back to this tomorrow or so. Maybe we'll complete chapter 4 and start one of the other 2 chapters and see how we do. I mean, we're already most of the way through chapter 4, presumably. So, if I do this tomorrow, I could finish chapter 4 easily and then complete 2 more chapters, and that would hopefully be the end of the game, but, man, that's such a bummer. That's a bummer. It's a cool game otherwise. I just want to start from later. Maybe I can, like, open the files or something. Figure out a way. No. I don't know, man. Alright, well, I'm gonna go. Let's check the art. I'll do a longer stream tomorrow, probably even an afternoon stream as well, because I have a 3-day fucking weekend in the middle of the week, but still a weekend to me, no less. 3 goddamn days off. I'm pumped. Yeah, it's kind of like a visual novel in a way, but I don't know. It's the same problem I had with 999, although 999 actually wasn't even as bad because you could fast forward. Like, if you built in a fast forward button, that would even solve half the issues. If you ask me. The game should give you limited tabs as life or something to not abuse them. See, but then it would just be you would have to do that tedious process, you know, once every 3 or 4 attempts rather than every attempt, which would be better. But at that point, why not just give you unlimited attempts? Just get rid of the tedium. That's it. That's all you need. Alright, if you enjoyed the stream, please follow. I may continue this. If not, there's more spoofs to come. It looks like we're going to do Catherine, according to the subscriber survey that went out. And I think I had one more horror game planned, although I forget what it is currently. But, so make sure you follow. And, what else was I going to say? Shit, there was something else. Can't think of what it was, though. Oh, well. Oh, I remember now. If you do art, upload it to the board, and I will check it at the end of the stream. Just make sure you tag it KY. I do this every stream. Okay, see you guys next time. Have a good one.